Is the NFL going to investigate Mike Vrabel?
I think they are.
For I'm going to use the word tampering.
I think they are. I think they will.
How do you not? You could make an argument.
They mess with my team.
That they messed with A.J. Brown as a player.
Yeah.
And with the Eagles as a team.
Absolutely.
And if I'm A.J. Brown, theoretically, I can make an argument. You heard my value.
If they find that in a way, or somebody admits that he was feeding her stories in some way.
Yeah.
What punishment does he get?
So I guess it depends.
Mandatory.
I guess it depends if it's the league or the team. In this case, I think it'd have to be the league, right? Because the Patriots aren't going to punish him. So I think the league. Look, I think the league could take a draft pick away from the Patriots and fine Mike Vrabel.
Okay.
Right?
Could you suspend him some games?
Yeah, you could.
For me, if it's true, I got to take 2 games from him.
I just think it's interesting how Mike Vrabel is sitting back and not getting not one NFL tampering. All we've been hearing is the Patriots are interested in A.J. Brown. Diane Massini resigns. Amazing how that happens after being called out. Look, at the end of the day, first things first, the Eagles should not give the Patriots A.J. Brown because his name is A.J. Brown and the Patriots won. They should do what the best is for the Eagles' interest. I don't give a damn if A.J. Brown is worth 2 first-round picks and the Browns call them up and they give him that. Then you send him to Cleveland. I'm getting tired of New England Patriots in general. Between the reports of Diane Massini, who started this, it's interesting how no other team is interested in A.J. Brown but the Patriots. A Pro Bowl receiver, 1,000-yard wide receiver. The Rams were interested at one point, and no one talks about them. They were the ones that were close to getting the deal done. This was Cole and Adam Schefter. But Diane Massini should definitely be investigated because we've been hearing all this season about A.J. Brown. And Craig Carlton is absolutely right. Tyrone Johnson is absolutely right. Who's been the number one source of the A.J. Brown sweepstakes? Diane Massini and Mike Vrabel. Who's been the one that's been in contact with A.J. Brown? Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the New England Patriots / head coach of the previous head coach of the Tennessee Titans that drafted A.J. Brown. The fascination with A.J. Brown going to New England, it's crazy. Whether he goes to New England or not, it's not the point. The problem is we got tampering that we're witnessing. We got a former player of the New England Patriots and Kevin Byard, former Eagle by the way, that didn't work out. It's trying to recruit A.J. Brown. Now you got people on Twitter, I don't know how this true is, but they're out here reporting A.J. Brown's family and saying he had contact with Boston. It's always something new. They don't let this thing die. And you know what? If I'm the Eagles, I would trade him despite the Patriots and send him to somewhere where he will never, ever, ever be a New England Patriot. I'd trade him to Buffalo. If it means not trading New England. Because I think that if you're Howie Roseman, you do what's best for business, man, at the end of the day, but why would you want to trade them somewhere where they've been on your ass 24/7, doing all this goofy stuff that makes them look bad? The Patriots been known cheaters, and they're out here cheating again and tampering again. The NFL we're just going to let it slide. I think there should be some compensation picks taken away from them, because at this point, how is this not tampering? If the Eagles did this, they would be everywhere on the news. Everybody be talking about it. If Nick Sirianni did this, everybody be talking about it. But it's Mike Vrabel, it's okay for him to get away with it, right? That's what we're saying. I think this is ridiculous. When is a player allowed to be in contact with a head coach ever? Especially when they're on the contract. Makes no sense to me. And you got people out here making fake news articles, whether it's Jalen Hurts, whether it's A.J. Brown. They stirring a controversy in the locker room. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, man. So, I'm not all for asking the NFL to investigate tampering and making them lose picks, but they did this to themselves. Because at what point is this not allowed to be a thing? If you allow them to get away with it, then the next team thinks it's okay to get away with it. To take a mile, they're going to take it in. Allow someone to take an inch, they're going to take a mile. And they like shooting gaps all the time. The Patriots are shooting gaps, and we're witnessing it right through our eyeballs. Every time you turn on the TV, the Patriots are interested in this guy. The same guy. They've been interested since 2 years ago now. Because A.J. Brown's a New England Patriot fan. He wants to be a Patriot. I'm on the verge of saying the Eagles are not trading A.J. Brown. I don't think it makes sense financially. Could it happen? Probably could. Will it probably happen? Probably not. But I hope to God it comes out that the Eagles never did it. And you know, it'll make me happy is if we end up not trading him and all these Patriot fans cry. What's going to happen when A.J. Brown is here after June 1st? There's going to be a lot of sad, emotional people. You got Howard Eskins out here doing this stuff, man. Not Howard Eskins, Spike Eskins. He's another one. Howard Eskins is a clown, too. But Spike Eskins out here vouching for Diane Massini. You didn't have the same energy for the other female that was fired on WIP, but you wanted to. These people just make no sense. These people like Joe Jiggler and all these other guys don't make no sense, man. And they're supposed to be the people that we're supposed to rely on for sports coverages. And they're the home of the football station. And they keep on saying they're the home of the Philadelphia Eagles. You ain't home of the Philadelphia Eagles. You're the hated media that we don't respect. I don't think players should go on their stations, but they're required to by our team, and we vouch for them to go on their shows. That trashes them. It makes no sense, man. I think it's tampering. I think it's tampering, bro, and I don't think it should be allowed. I just think it's funny how they allow this to happen, and the NFL's not going to do nothing about it. But if we did it, it'll be tampering. It'd be tampering. They wanted us to be stricter draft picks when we signed Saquon Barkley, even though there was no tampering. But A.J. Brown is allowed to talk to New England Patriots, and the players are allowed to try to vouch for him to come to New England. Come on, man. How is that not tampering? They want to see us fail so bad. They want to see our quarterback fail. I think it's ridiculous, man. Louis Riddick is out here trying to say we should draft.
It's like, okay, so, and I had somebody approach me about this just this past week, and it's like, I'm not making this up about Jalen Hurts.
Right.
I didn't sit here and go, hey, you know what? I just want to sit here and I want to rip Jalen Hurts today. I just kind of want to sit here and like kind of bang on him and just see if that gets any traction. The people in his own building are the ones who kind of start this talk, right? So if there are some legitimate, let's just say, if there is some legitimate friction inside the building, whether it be between the player and coaches, players and players, whether or not they feel as though that he's holding back the offense, that it could be even better if there were certain things that maybe he was more, open to as far as offensive scheme, how they deploy people, how they deploy players, maybe being a little bit more like, let's just say, open to having a more diverse playbook. That's not us making that stuff up. That's people kind of like spilling this kind of stuff and talking.
After quarterback, he said, I'm not vouchable, but you are though. You out here spreading gossip that has no need to be. That doesn't need to be allowed. But you want to spread it because you have nothing to talk about. Why don't you talk about the Seahawks Super Bowl? Didn't they just win the Super Bowl? Because no one's talking about that. Because we're the hot topic. And as long as we're winning, all the haters are going to do is continue to hate on Jalen Hurts and vouch we should get rid of our players. They want A.J. Brown, but they don't want to give the quarterback respect that made A.J. Brown into what he is. Because when A.J. Brown was in Tennessee, he wasn't A.J. Brown that he is in Philadelphia that he is now. But remember, Jalen Hurts didn't do nothing. According to the haters, Jalen is not anything special. He's just a gadget. It's disrespectful, bro. They wanted players without giving players that throw the ball to him, including a quarterback. I've never seen it, man. If it's not A.J. Brown, it's Jalen Hurts hate piece coming out. So, that's the offseason for you. There's not much to talk about. And I can't wait for draft day. I can't wait for training camp when A.J. Brown is still an Eagle. Hopefully by June 2nd. If he's not, he's not. But until that, man, you know, they over there trying to really hard to push the A.J. Brown trade rumors to the Patriots. James Palmer's out here talking about the Eagles ain't trading him on draft day. Why would we trade him on draft day? Come on, man. These people just out here making bonehead clickbait articles, clickbait coverages on ESPN TV to hear themselves. And eventually, when does it become tampering? When you got coaches out here involved in players and trying to trade for players and out here having sex with a reporter. And it's amazing how Don Mancini was resigned after she being caught for doing what she did. How is Mike Vrabel not punished? I think he should be suspended for at least a couple games, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Your boy Isiwan. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Should the Eagles investigate the Patriots for tampering? Let me know. I think there should be some tampering investigation for the NFL. And I think the Eagles should definitely file a complaint on them. Because it's ridiculous. Go Birds.